For you to have an abnormal blood sugar level in your body. Having a sitting job is a big risk factor for developing diabetes. Diabetes causes problems in your sexual life. Namaste, this is Dr. Samarth P. Rao, practicing Ayurveda physician at Amrita Ayurvedic Center in Basvanagudi. Continuing from the last episode, we will discuss what are the key factors for you to have an abnormal blood sugar level in your body. Let's go back to Ayurveda. Ayurveda clearly says, Asya Sukham, Swapna Sukham. So, always having a sitting job, always being seated, not walking about, always having sleep, extended hours of sleep. These are the lifestyle reasons for you to develop impaired blood glucose level. So if you look into it, there are a lot of peer-reviewed articles published that men going to office and constantly sitting on a chair and working in front of the computers are at equal risk to anybody smoking or drinking alcohol to develop diabetes. So having a sitting job is a big risk factor for developing diabetes. The second big risk factor nowadays is, especially for stay-home moms and housewives, is once they wake up early in the morning, get their kids up for school, then their husband leaves to work, and then they do all their cooking and cleaning and everything, and then they tend to have a 1 hour nap in the afternoon. That also is another big reason for developing diabetes. You don't deserve an afternoon nap. Ayurveda says, when do you deserve an afternoon nap? When you are having sickness, when it is too hot. If you're a child, you can sleep in the afternoon. If you're a very old person, because of age, you can sleep in the afternoon. So try avoiding sleep in the afternoon. And always go and move about, walk about. Ayurveda says, when you do sufficient amount of vyayama or exercise, that can reduce your blood sugar levels. So blood sugar levels, increased blood sugar levels can hamper a lot of your day-to-day activities. Let's start with the basic thing. You will have to go and urinate and take a pee very frequently. How annoying is it when you keep waking up 3 to 4 times in the night because you have to go and urinate? I had a recent patient who came and told me his agony of not able to sleep properly because he has to wake up 3 to 4 times in the night to take a pee. So this is a very disturbing situation. The second symptom that pretty much is very common is tiredness. No matter how much I eat, I'm still feeling tired. So this is a very common symptom that is a wake-up call to say you're diabetic. There's also weight loss that happens because your body is trying to eat up on all the accumulated fat because it's unable to absorb all the glucose from the blood because of the resistance shown by your cells. Now, the other important lifestyle problem that affects because of diabetes is even your personal sexual life. You need to understand that to be sexually active, you need to have a good generation of hormones, you need to have good blood circulation in your private areas, and also you need to have a good sufficient amount of energy and strength to engage in a sexual activity. And diabetes causes problems in your sexual life. It does not cause enough firmness, so sometimes you have erectile dysfunction or different sperm-related problems because of diabetes as a disease, and also certain medications that you take. When you need stronger medications for reducing your blood sugar levels, they also indirectly influence your production of your sperms or spermatogenesis. So this is one key area where diabetes causes a problem. Diabetes also causes excessive hunger. So you consume food and the food is processed and it's glucose running in your blood, but your cells are showing a resistance, but your cells need that energy. So what is the auto response? The body wants to eat more. So you continuously eat more, there's glucose not being absorbed, there's a very high blood sugar in your blood, and you start excreting sugar also. So when you go and do your urine test, you also see a lot of sugar being passed out. So it's a vicious cycle. Diabetes is a vicious cycle. India has become the capital in the world for diabetes, notoriously called the diabetes capital of the world. The main reason for this is lack of physical activity. 30 years ago, when there were not many vehicles around, you would go walking to the markets to do your grocery shopping, to bring your milk packet or bring your newspaper, or you would go walking to your college or school or even workplaces. But nowadays, you get out, you have a two-wheeler, you have your car, you have your metro, you have your bus. So the first step in managing an impaired blood sugar level is to start walking. At least aim to walk 6,000 to 8,000 steps every day, with 1 day or 2 days break in a week. Try to walk 8,000 steps every single day. If you're diabetic and you have the energy to walk around, you can walk up to 10,000 steps a day. So that will help you reduce your blood sugar levels in your blood. The other thing that you can do is do some weight workouts. See, it's very important to understand that your muscles are the tissues in your body that absorb the maximum amount of glucose from your bloodstream. So it's very important that you maintain a good muscle mass. So doing weight training twice a week can help you maintain your muscle mass. You can see in the aging population, as the muscle mass decreases, your sugar levels also tend to increase, because there are not enough muscles in your body to absorb the glucose in your blood. So it's very important to maintain a good muscle mass. To maintain a good muscle mass, what are the two things you got to do? You got to do weight training twice a week, and you have to consume protein in your diet. So what the modern world says is you got to have at least 100 macros of protein. So I'll just give you an example. For a vegetarian, when you consume 100 grams of green gram, or in Kannada it's called hesar bele, you consume 100 grams, it has 25 macros of protein. So you got to grab your protein from different sources, all the different lentils, all the different beans, all the different nuts, good amount of milk, curds, paneer, all the different kinds of proteins from these sources. But again, Ayurveda also says when you consume excess amount of curds on a regular basis, when you don't do too much physical activity, when you consume a lot of rice dishes, so that is also when your blood sugar levels increases. So try to reduce your rice intake. You can have rice once a day. You can go for a variety of different you can have a millet dosa, you can have a millet idli, you can consume a barley chapati or a barley roti, you can have a ragi ball, you can have plenty of vegetables in your diet. So try to make it as varied as possible. India has come from being a very poor nation, bullied by invaders coming to India. When the British came, the French came, then you have all the different invaders. They all tried to extract more from us and keep us more poor. And in a poverty situation, what were the easy foods that were easily grown was rice and wheat, very high carbohydrate rich foods. But now the civilization has changed. India has gone from an impoverished country to a very developed country. So you have wide variety of different foods that are available, plenty of vegetables, plenty of different other varieties of fruits. So these can be consumed in adequate amounts to supplement just carbohydrate intake. And try to go about, walk around, buy a bicycle, go to your work in a cycle. That is another easy way to beat diabetes. Than taking your car or two-wheeler to work, catch the bus. So to make up for the 6,000, 8,000 steps, you can skip 1 or 2 bus routes and then you can then catch. So you can miss 1 or 2 bus stops so that you get those 2,000 steps. So you add up and you make 8,000 steps a day. So one good way is exercise and walking. So these are ways you can also improve your sexual life by controlling sugar levels in your blood. So next episode, I'm going to talk about some natural remedies that you can do to reduce your blood sugar levels naturally. Thank you.